Hello fellow DovEggs fans. So today I'm going to do an unboxing and honest review of a men's DovEggs ring. I wanted to get my husband something for Father's Day, and considering how many rings I have by DovEggs, I thought it might be nice to get him one too. Unfortunately, he's very picky when it comes to ring styles, so I didn't want to spend money on a custom ring by DovEggs just to have him not like it. That would be a total waste of money. And also, unfortunately, he doesn't like any of the styles of silver rings that DovEggs currently has. He has a more simple style that he likes. And so I figured this ring is fairly affordable. I like my heart ring by DovEggs that's black moissanite. Let's give it a shot. I've seen one review on this ring posted so far, and it wasn't a positive review. So I also was kind of curious to see it for myself. And unfortunately, after receiving this ring, I can kind of see where this person is coming from. Here's a screenshot of that review so you can see it for yourself. It's the only review that I found on this ring. I went ahead and scratched out the person's name for their privacy. I don't want to give it a bad rap yet, so we'll get into that in a moment. Let's get into the unboxing first. It came in the standard Amazon bag and brown cardboard box. I noticed that it didn't have the transparency app QR code on the side, and I wonder if that's because this ring was offered over a year ago by DovEggs, and it could just be too old to have that. I'm not sure though. I think that the QR code might be a newer thing that DovEggs is doing, but I'm not entirely sure if it's DovEggs who adds that or if it's Amazon or who's doing that, why they're doing it, when it started, but I just noticed this one didn't have it. Another thing that I noticed is that this ring was substantially cheaper on Amazon than it was on their website, and I think that has to do with the fact that DovEggs mass produces and mass ships things from Amazon, and sometimes they don't always go through the same quality control checks because of that. It's just too hard to do for so many that they're sending. And so therefore, in order to kind of like compensate for the possibility of an error or possibility of it not being quite as good as something that comes directly from their website, they lower their price. But that's just my guess. That's not an official answer, of course. If you want an official answer as to why, I would reach out to DovEggs themselves. I'm not an official spokesperson for them at all. So let's get back into what this came with. This came with the typical polishing cloth, which thank goodness, and I'll explain why I say that in a moment. It also came with their typical ring adjuster if your ring is too big, although I don't know why it did because this one probably wouldn't fit on this ring. It came with a ring sizer so you can see which size you are. It came with the warranty card as it typically does. And then of course it came in the little white Amazon style box that it normally comes in. I noticed there's also like a little bit of damage to that paper, but I'm not sure why that would be. There you have it. This is the typical box that all their Amazon orders come in. And it came in the annoying, infamous tape. So you're gonna see me struggle to get that off for a moment. As I've mentioned in previous videos, this tape is to protect the rings, but it is so hard to get off for me personally, and it annoys me. So if I call it the annoying tape, this is what I'm referring to, is this stuff. Their newer style seems to have been coming in bags, which I appreciate. Okay, finally out of the tape, and you can see it's very shiny and reflective, kind of like a mirror. I have another piece by DovEggs in black moissanite, and it is very similar to that style of black. The inside is kind of a matte, and the outside is very shiny. And as you can see, it does not fit on my finger, so it slid off there. I'm really not sure if this is going to be a helpful comparison, but here it is compared to a quarter. This is a size 11.5, that's the size that my husband wears, and you can kind of see the width of it compared to a quarter there. I did want to show you guys something kind of neat. So since this ring is entirely made of black moissanite, it does test as a diamond just like their regular moissanite, just like their other black moissanite ring that I have. This is a standard diamond tester. It does not test for moissanite. It's just a cheap tester. This is what a jewelry store might have if they have limited resources or are just using older technology. Typical jewelry stores now have testers that will test for moissanite, but you can see if they're using this older one that it will show up as a diamond, which is pretty cool. Here it is compared to my black moissanite ring as well as other GHI rings by DovEggs. I'm going to go ahead and show you this ring in a few different lightings. This is with flash lighting or with a ring light, which kind of produces the same effect as a flashlight. So let's get into the part you've probably been waiting to hear from me. What do I think of this ring, honestly? And how does it compare to other styles, other colors of moissanite that DovEggs offers? It is just like my black moissanite heart ring that I have, in that it shows every smudge, it shows every little piece of dirt, it shows every sort of cream that gets on it, anything. It needs polishing, it needs upkeep, and I think, honestly, it might scratch a little easier than some of the other moissanite that I have by them. This ring is surprisingly very light. It is not heavy at all. It almost has like a plasticky texture to it. Now, if your husband is somebody that gets bothered by dirt and scratches and upkeep, then this might not be the ring for him, might not be the ring for you if you're buying this for yourself and have those same issues. But if you don't mind that and you kind of like the ruffian look to it and it just doesn't bother you, I'd say go for it. This is a beautiful ring. It reflects the light wonderfully. The little cuts in it make it look like a disco ball. I just think it's kind of neat. Someone in the comments of my black heart ring said that it's kind of like a black car. It requires a little more upkeep to keep it looking pretty, but it just looks very classy and nice. So there you have it. That's my review of it, but I'll also include my husband's review of it, as well as a few pictures of it at the end that he's taken. He's a much better photographer than me, so he'll probably get some good shots of this ring. We'll also post this review before Father's Day so that you guys have a chance to order this and have it come in before Father's Day if you're hoping to order it for the fathers in your lives. So it is mid-May of 2021 when I'm posting this video, and it looks like there are some limitations to sizes on their website and on Amazon. So if you're thinking about buying this for Father's Day, I would go ahead and do that before they run out. So I went ahead and let my husband unbox it and try it on for himself. Unfortunately, it was a little tight on him, so we're going to have to go ahead and return it. I guess he would have needed a size 12. But the unfortunate thing is, I checked with UC and they are completely out of his size and they will not be restocking this. And I will show that email in just a moment that says why. Here's a screenshot of that email to inquiry@doveggseattle.com where they confirm that they don't have a size 12 and they're not going to restock it because a few customers complained that this ring was fragile. Just as I suspected, it probably scratches easy. So this ring is not for someone who is hard on their hands or someone who minds the scratches. This is more of a fashion piece, and that could be why the price is so affordable. I think it's a great ring if you're not going to be super hard on it, and if you don't mind the extra smudges you might have to wipe out, go ahead and grab it up if you want it because they're not going to make any more. I hope this was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. Thanks.